What's going on, everyone? So, the Los Angeles Lakers waived Cam Reddish yesterday in place of Jordan Goodwin, which is something we all knew was going to happen. We all expected to happen. I don't think anyone was shocked by this, right? I tried to prepare us, date back to about 2 weeks ago, when he only had like 5 games left. And I talked about how, hey, he's probably going to ride out this Jordan Goodwin, that is, probably going to ride out this 5-game stretch, and then he'll get a new contract, right? Because the Lakers might as well let him finish out what he's eligible to play before going and giving him money, because saves the Lakers on the tax, just saves the money overall. Obviously, Jordan Goodwin doesn't get paid as much, but look, it's for him, it's not about the moment. It's about, getting a long-term contract, right? He doesn't want a contract just for right now. He wants a contract for the next, 10 years, right? And he ended up getting 2 years. So he's at least on another year. I wonder if that was the Lakers or if that was Jordan Goodwin. Like, hey, if I keep proving myself, because look, teams notice. Teams see him as that scrapper, as that hustle play, as that dirty work guy, just out there doing a little bit of everything. So I do think that he's a guy that is going to have some interest at some point. But it's strange because he's done the same thing pretty much everywhere he's gone. It's just, you see the Lakers, you get the spotlight, because he was doing this with the Phoenix Suns. But Phoenix isn't the Lakers. They don't have Luka and LeBron, right? Like, it's a different world, right? So Jordan Goodwin, he's a guy that ended up, coming in. He said himself, he was there to do 2 things: rebound and defend. What did he do? Those 2 things: rebound and defend. He also has had some great offensive games too. He's been very good offensively. For your, 7th, 8th, 9th guy. Obviously, there's scales to it. If he was like our 3rd guy, it'd be a little different. But, he's been very good on both sides of the basketball. He's shooting like 42% from 3-point range for the Lakers thus far. But I'm a big Cam Reddish guy. I like Cam Reddish. Still only 25 years old. It's wild. He's 25 years old. To me, I think he's a guy that needs just an opportunity. He's a guy that I think just needs a fair shake. I think he needs to go to a team that sees the value in him and can kind of get him out of his mental, because I really do think a lot of it is just mental. Right? I think he is a great example of you are who you're drafted by, and your environment is so important, right? Because he went to a team in Atlanta that was not great at the time, right? He comes in. He's actually very good for them, looking every bit like the potential star that he was, touted to be at Duke, and follows that up with another year of just a really good season and is self-creating, knocking down the 3 ball. I mean, the guy's doing everything, right? And then Atlanta goes and gets a bunch of vet guys, which kind of phases him out. And then they make the conference finals, which justifies them getting the vets and phasing him out. And then they think that they're all in, so they go get, a DeJounte Murray. Cam Reddish is kind of like, basically just irrelevant at this point. So they take him, trade him to the Knicks, but Tibbs doesn't want him. Tibbs is like, I don't want this guy. Do not trade for him. But it's already too late. They already made the deal. So he goes there. So Tibbs is kind of like, all right, I guess I got to work with you. And then ends up going and he gets sent to Portland. It's just the guy hasn't gotten a chance, right? The guy, that's why I wanted him 2 or 3 years ago when he was 22 and he had the chance to, if you just had somebody that believes in him, right? Now, look, I do want to say that I think the Lakers made the right call in waiving Cam Reddish for Jordan Goodwin. That's just me. But what I want to kind of hear your guys' thoughts and opinions is, would you have waived Cam Reddish, right? Now, I talked about the Jordan Goodwin signing, but it was more focused on the Jordan Goodwin signing. I want to focus more on Cam Reddish here for a moment, because the Lakers had other options, right? You could have waived Alex Len. Problem with that is, you need another center, right? They could have waived Markieff Morris. The problem is Luka and LeBron love Markieff Morris. He's a veteran guy. He also gives you good size. He's 6'9", right? But he's a guy that is there for the locker room and just to be a vet presence and just, kind of, like Jared Dudley in 2020, right? Like Jared Dudley wasn't there to do anything, but just be an extension of the coach, be an enforcer, help with the young guys, right? Like just be another vet, and especially for LeBron. LeBron's looking around like, dude, I'm like the only guy over 30, right? Like he's like, dude, I gotta like, I need some, I need some help, right? I need you need to stay here. Do not leave me type thing. That was really what you saw. Now you could have waived Shake Milton, right? Because Shake Milton, yes, he has 2 more years, but they're both non-guarantees, right? So like there were options beyond Cam Reddish. Now, the reason I think you do Cam Reddish over, say, a Shake Milton is, one, I could see Shake Milton having like a Lonnie Walker, moment, because he's a guy that can just go get you 18 randomly, right? But also, the guard depth is important. Like Lakers have an abundance of wings, right? You have, Jordan Goodwin who can slide over and play the 3 if need be. You have Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron James. I mean, even Luka's got the size to do so, right? You got Rui Hachimura. You got Dalton Connect. Right? You got 7, 8 guys, Markieff Morris, right? You got 7 or 8 guys beyond Cam Reddish that can all slot in and play the 3, the 3 or the 4, or especially the 2. Right? So to me, it's like, okay, like, do you waive a guard and then, knock on wood, something happens and you need another guard and now you don't have that other guard? Yes, LeBron could always step in and play that, but, you also don't want to wear him down in, the second round or something like that. So just, you need to put yourself in the best position possible. And I do think that this is something that puts them in the best position possible as far as like who they needed to waive. It sucks. Like I'm excited, right? I'm a big Cam. Like I don't know. I just have always had a belief in Cam Reddish. He is literally not an elite offensive game, just a competent offensive game, just a serviceable, just little like, hey, don't be terrible offensive game from being like a premier 3-and-D guy. I mean, the guy's like 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan who can put the ball on the deck, who can, who has shown in the past that he could shoot over the top, shoot off the dribble, knock down the open 3, right? Like just do a little bit of everything out there and play defense. And it's just like, God, dude, it's like, come on, like just serviceable. But I'm rooting for him. I'm hoping for his success. I want to see him go to a place that actually gives him the opportunity. My concern is he ends up being out the league, right? And he's not playoff eligible, so team's not going to sign him this season, right? But in the offseason, it'd be nice to maybe see a team or two, at least go give him a chance, give him a flyer. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think that they should have waived Cam Reddish? Do you think no, should have waived somebody else? You excited for Jordan Goodwin? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.